Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back through the mists in the dreary, gloomy, horrifying Vale of Barovia, as we are back for our first session of Curse of Strahd for 2021. And it's been so long, it's been nearly a month since we last played, so hopefully all of the tech goblins have got bored and walked away. He said, touch wood. Hammer on wood. Hopefully that doesn't do that. Yes, players, you too, come on. All touch wood, please. And we shall get back into things right here. Just before we get back into the story, a quick hi, hello, and a big thanks as always to all of the VOD squad who watch us when we're not live. It's very, very appreciated that you want to come by and check us out whenever that may happen. And all of the lovely sounds that you are hearing, music, sound effects, and all the like, are brought via Syrinscape. Go and give them a try. They've got lots of free sound sets that you can try out, and if you become a subscriber, they have so many. I have no idea what's available entirely because there's so many different ones to have a look at. And we also have additional music, such as this fantastic piece and the one on the screen at the start, which is coming to you from Dark Fantasy Studio. And also on YouTube, RPG music maker Travis Savoy, who has an original fan-made soundtrack for Curse of Strahd and is in the process of creating an amazing one for Icewind Dale. Come and check out our Icewind Dale stream to hear that. And also on YouTube, Epic Journey for that royalty-free goodness. Please give them a look. I will put the names of their channels in the YouTube video, which goes up immediately after we go offline. So, without further ado, let me give you a slightly more thorough recap than usual, as it has been quite some time. Now, sorry, I should just check my levels here. How are we doing? Oh, yes, we're okay. Good. So, let us, if we're all sitting comfortably, get back into our story. Having entered Barovia in search of children kidnapped from the Daggerford area of the Sword Coast by werewolves, you soon discovered the terror that awaited in this cursed vale. You barely escaped Durst Manor. Then you met the beleaguered siblings, Irina and Ismark, in the village of Barovia, beset by undead, and the attentions of Strahd von Zarovich, the vampire lord that holds this whole valley in a tyrannical grip. Escorting Irina to safety in the town of Vallaki, you met the Vistani seer, Madame Eva, who read your fates in her tarot cards, detailing certain items and allies that might be of help here beyond the mists. One more side trip took you to the dilapidated windmill on the hill to buy some yummy dream pies. In Vallaki, once you had arrived safe and sound, you were confronted by the forced cheer of its residents and the promise that all will be well. You also met the Martikovs, were-raven proprietors of the Blue Water Inn, and ridding their cellars of a restless ghost, they revealed themselves to be a network striving against Strahd, the Keepers of the Feather. You got to know the town, befriending hunter husbands, Soldar and Yevgeny, and meeting Irina's new best friend, the accountant, Vasily. And, more importantly, finding out that the Baron's lieutenant, Izik, was in fact Irina's unknown brother, separated at birth, or nearabouts. A few days later, having saved a daughter of nearby Vistani from being drowned in the lake, you mandatorily attended the festival of the Blazing Sun. It was a washout, as rain poured down on the finale, but things livened up when storytelling carnival owner Rictavio's saber-toothed tiger broke free from his wagon and charged through the town. Using magics to converse with the tiger, whose name, it turned out, was Ramesses, you discovered his master was not all he seemed, and escorting Rictavio from town, you confronted him, learning of his own mission against Strahd, and receiving useful information from the Tome of Strahd, the first prophesized item from Madame Ava's card reading. Heading back into town, you heard from Danica Martikov that the hags from the Bone Grinder windmill had used the festival's chaos to kidnap her son. A mission to rescue the boy was successful, but at a great cost. As Krieg, our Aarakocra ranger, returns from the nearby stone circle, having seen visions of fey entities stripped of their powers by Strahd, we leave the Bone Grinder with the children rescued, but also carrying the swiftly chilling corpse of the slain Danica Martikov. So, that is where we left things. And if you'll let me quickly shunt things around here just a moment. Where are we at?
This is all about to go over like a bag of dead snakes.
I mean, we ended so well last time. What can go wrong?
Okay. So, bear with me a moment when I just get everyone in the spots where they need to be. Xenicus is ready to go.
We can't hear you at all.
I can barely hear you. Sorry, Emma. Your microphone is
I don't
cutting.
think it's plugged in correctly or something. It's some loose connection.
How's that
So-
now?
That's perfect.
I took my headphones out. It's the only way I can get them to.
Gotcha.
I can't use Roll20. I can't use my camera because my Discord won't open on PC.
Okay,
And I'm on my iPad.
gotcha.
Apologies.
There, let's have that surprise face there instead. Thank you, Epsilon24. That worked perfectly. A replacement face quickly there. Welcome, everybody. Okay, well, I'm glad you're here. We can hear you, and that is plenty. Although we'd rather to see you, of course.
Doing a try.
Oh, and thank you for the follow too, Epsilon. Thank you.
Maybe I should do a video.
Okay. So, let us jump into things here. As that wolf howls off in the woods somewhere, although not too near, Asara. As you can see, your leather bracelet is still tough and leathery, and not reverted to its supple tongue form.
That's so unsettling.
There's just so many great adjectives to use when it's it's warning you that there are wolves nearby. Right. Anyway.
I'll never let a dog lick me again.
We can enjoy a subtle tongue.
So
On that
let
note,
us, on that note, indeed, yes, on that note, Xenicus, you were standing up near the windmill, watching Krieg as he went off to investigate the stone circle, keeping the young boys close and huddled up next to you. Out of sight of Lady Vanta and Asara, who were carrying the body of the boy's mother, Danica back towards the town of Valaki. Now, as Krieg makes his way back up the hill, you, Xenicus, almost immediately become aware of something that wasn't there when he was with you before. And you see it as it's glinting. He seems to be wearing a leather thong necklace. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Very important last word, yes.
Thank you for that last word.
Ooh, that's spicy,
He
girl.
has X-ray vision now.
Yeah.
Werewolves have
Come
X-ray
on.
vision.
Anyone who's seen the digest video from December knows that he got naked in the dungeon.
Oh dang.
I mean, he's mostly naked all the time anyway, isn't he?
Yeah.
Dear
Yeah.
God, man. That
That's
cannot
true.
be canon, surely.
He's a bird man.
He's
Oh,
a
this-
Yeah,
bird.
100%, yeah.
Oh, not me. No.
Xenicus is naked.
No, no.
But
Crit.
if I have hair on the top of my head,
Well,
I mean, yes, he's naked, but he's got feathers,
got a
so
little
it's
fringe
fine.
that protects him.
it's kid-friendly.
Got a modesty
nakedness.
fringe,
Yeah.
a modesty
may
fringe.
we push on?
Sorry.
And so just while we've got this
noticed
the slight break in the narrative, a big big thank you to the Quest Junkies UK for that tweet as well. Thank you so much. Now. Oh, nice. Epsilon is listening to us whilst playing Skyrim. Okay, the soundtrack will become even more apt soon, I assure you. Now, let's just get back into this. Yes, Xenicus, you see this necklace, and there's a small kind of silver glistening pendant type thing hanging off it. A small kind of almost medallion looking thing. But it has a dark interior, almost like a black pearl.
Huh?
But has as he gets closer, there's he doesn't seem to have noticed it himself. He's not recognizing it at all, or paying it any heed. But as it gets closer, you can see the twinkling that caught your eye. There's some sort of light shifting in the interior of this black material that's in the inside of the pendant.
Like, is he kind of coming back towards me? I guess.
Yes. So, Krieg, you come back up to the hill.
For sure.
Found a nice shiny bauble.
What? No, I had a vision, but I don't. What?
Thing. The nice necklace you found.
Did you give me this?
No.
Miss.
Well, it looks nice. And
It's my comment.
Maybe you know what? I bet I picked it up somewhere.
That's what I expected, to be honest.
It's quite shiny, and well,
Hence my comment.
I don't think I have to say anything other than that. So
The cat has another opinion.
Peanut gallery back here.
Well, it's very pretty. Little shiny thing.
and like at that, Craig is gonna kind of like pull it out, and he's doing like a dumb thing where he's like instead of trying to just take it off, he's like craning his neck to like
Trying to get it over the beak so that you can look at it.
right or like off to the side and like.
Asara, can you just please tell your cat, no matter how often they try to audition, there's not a Tabaxi character in this scene.
Bobby, I think that's as final as it's gonna get. Look at this heartbroken face. Look what you've done.
Constantly.
You're
I don't
fired.
need you. I don't need you.
You're fired.
It's whatever.
Sorry, Bobby. I didn't mean
Gotta throw the whole cat away.
it. No.
Unless,
No. So-
No, he just wants to be under the kotatsu.
Oh, yeah. Bliss for cats. Okay, now. So yeah, you're having a closer look at it, Crick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of like lift it up, and there's enough like give on the thread to be able to see it properly. And you lift it up, and let me bring you back to the map. I think just to give us a better idea of where we are and what's going
have a
on.
look at this bad boy.
And for stream, it just goes black as it's thinking. It's thinking hard, thinking about it, thinking about
Thinking
it.
for me too.
Dum, 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 dum. Okay. Meanwhile, while it's thinking about it, I can show you guys because I have it on my screen. Slow. Okay. Yes, you are over there at the bone grinder. Actually, is it thinking about it, or am I just in the wrong spot? Yes, I
think
am.
it's the wrong spot.
I was just in the wrong spot because you can't see all the map. I was like, it's pitch black. Oh yeah, because you haven't been to that part of the map yet. Sorry, stream. I apologize. Okay.
I apologize.
I don't remember that bit of Deadwood. Okay, so here we are. Okay, the bone grinder is here. Boop. I can't do a ping. I can do a ping there. Okay, the bone grinder is there. The windmill on the top of the hill, and the little bats that are flying around here are just providing illumination for the map to be revealed as we make our way around this blighted vale. But the I apologize. Now, the town of Lucky is there to the north, as you can see. And, Krieg, as you peer into the depths of this pendant, let me show you, thanks to the wonders of the bits and bobs available to us on the Curse of Strahd Reddit. If you're running Curse of Strahd, you really, really should look at it. Oop.
If you-
That is to say,
Whoa.
we certainly should not.
Animated.
It is.
Whoa.
You see a vision inside of the Lady of the Forest Fane, the seer, who is rumored. Well, I don't know. I think from the sounds of what you've been saying a couple of moments in the past, it sounded like you had figured out who it was. Have you? Because you've.
Mem- Who we thought it was. Is the more important question.
Yes. Yes. In the moment, you definitely figured it out.
We probably worked out before. Did we write that down?
That is the next question.
From weeks ago. Do you
Like a month ago.
I
Yeah.
know.
So,
Maybe I did. Hold on.
Okay, let's make this bigger.
Oh, wow.
Because it's cool.
Yeah.
just to
You can
clarify,
appreciate that now. Are they
Not much
petting
bigger.
another human's head?
Yeah, I gotta say, are they just petting someone in the head? Yeah, I was wondering that.
yeah,
With scary, shadowy beings in the background.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that until you said it.
just to clarify,
Yes.
what?
Okay. So, this is the vision of the Lady of the Forest Fane that you saw when when you had your vision of the various fanes of the valley. Crick.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So there. It's quite tricky to make out, but yeah, there's like raven feathers and stuff in there, and there's a raven skull around the neck there.
Is it Kavarn?
Kavan is the ancient kind of barbarian chieftain that was showing you the visions. Yeah, I'm gonna close that. It's not bigger at all.
No.
Just brighter. Okay, so I shall leave her. She is of the forest fane, so I shall leave her there in the forest
Sounds good.
with her pet human.
Unsettling.
Okay. Meanwhile, Asara, Vanta, in all
Hi.
of your purpley goodness. What's
Just sorry, I
Are you-
dropped a message in the chat.
Mhm.
Did Vanta see Danica die? Does she know how it happened?
Yes,
'Cause
yeah,
I-
you were all there. That's when you were fighting the hags, and the mother of the coven offered you. Sorry, waving at chat. The mother of the coven offered you a deal to walk away from this whole thing, and you're like, now, I have a theory that if we weren't also playing Descent into Avernus, you might have been more open to taking the deal.
Trust
I-
no deals whatsoever.
I believe I might have made a mistake running them both at the same time.
That may affect decisions made.
Slight levels of trauma when it comes to dealing with making contracts and the like. But
Gotcha.
you
This was also our first group contract that any of us have ever been offered, so I think
Yeah.
that also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's consensus because some people weren't able to like be part of the conversation, and some people weren't even there. For example,
But dramatic moment. The sorry, just heard it coming. The offer was refused, and so she made good on her promise and tore out Danica's throat,
Oh.
and then all of them disappeared off into nothingness.
Great.
Like, meh.
Well,
So
we
have-
can't say we didn't see this coming. Oh well.
I'm like just with a purpose, like marching, and I'm gonna be like, okay, how are we getting her in the gates?
What do you mean? We present her dead body and say she deserves her burial rites by the Raven Queen.
Ah, but I'm sure, not everyone accepts death so readily. I'm sure there'll be questions
Hmm. Well,
as we're carrying in the dark.
This body.
I
So-
would
By the ankles and under the arms. It's like,
Yeah, what time of day is it?
it's kind of like mid-afternoon.
I was gonna say, I thought this.
We did this in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this has happened throughout the morning.
Okay.
Speaking of which, thank you, Craig.
Oh no, that sounds horrifying.
Yeah, that's never good.
Zenicus,
Oh.
Craig,
Mm.
Oh yes, it's afternoon.
it's pie time.
No.
Poor
It's
boy.
it's high time for pie time. For anyone who's joining us newly, welcome. Firstly, thank you for coming by. The boys, in their infinite wisdom, got addicted to dream pies.
Oh yeah, they did.
The girls
The best thing to be addicted
did not.
to.
By the way,
Because
do
they're
feel
lost,
free to
same.
accumulate your dream pies, which are our channel points. That's why we have dream pies as our channel points. With our, it's too small to see it properly, but we have a little phoenix enjoying the dream pies too. But
Is it just a con save, yeah?
please do enjoy accumulating those while I sit back here and try and wow, there she is. While I sit back here and try and figure out how to. Oh damn it! So close. Use them. So close. I just need to switch Krieg and
Oh, I'm so sorry.
no. Because I've got
Well, we're doing the roll thing, so I just want to say, not today, Fluffy Crust. 22.
Not today, Fluffy Crust.
Is that your nickname for Xenicus?
Yes. Good.
Yes, and
Lucky boy.
also we're talking about the dream
See you
spice because I
later.
rolled a nat 20, so
Oh,
Nice.
not
It's
today
con
indeed.
save, yeah?
come
Just
to
gonna close
your
that door.
gravy
No problem.
today.
Okay, fixed.
I should
Okay.
probably watch the.
So it's con save, yeah?
That is
Yeah.
a con save, yes.
13?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, no. That wasn't you're safe. That was a just.
Yeah.
Thank you for the information. Damn.
Read the room, Michael.
Okay. Yep. Good to know, good to know. So, you are, yes, making your way back to the gates of Valaki, yes. What's the plan, Venter and Asara? Xenicus, sorry, just before that quickly. Xenicus and Krieg, what you're just making your way, trying to catch up, yes?
Well, trying not to catch up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, okay, yeah.
Deliberately trying not to catch up. You're like,
Yeah.
hey guys, we caught up. Oh yeah, kids, this is your dead mum. Like, no, we don't want
Yes.
that.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's not.
Craig is very deliberately stepping, kind of like silly walking, just as metered as possible, out of shame. He does not want to catch up.
Looking at the pace of the slowest child.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just having a look through all of my.
I'm fascinated by something in chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious about that as well.
Yeah, I'm also confused and interested.
Yes.
But
This could be why Xenicus and Krieg don't catch up quickly, because as you come down from the bone grinder, from the windmill down to the main road, you can't see Asara and Vanta. They seem to have headed off down that way towards Valaki and out of sight. But as you do, you hear a kind of clinking of pots and pans, maybe attached to the exterior of a backpack or something. And you look to your right, and you're startled at first, thinking there might be another ghost. You remember, this is the road you saw the ghost horseman coming on. As you see a white entity making its way down the road towards you. But as it gets closer, it's
oh wow,
a white cobalt
this is great.
pitter-pattering along the road with a large backpack with all sorts of things strapped to the outside, which is causing the noise. And we shall see what happens after that.
I think that's really neat. I like that a lot.
Baton pass to you, Trader Tens.
Yeah, you shot your shot there. Okay.
Me and Emma will buy you time.
Please.
I can make an immobile hut of force.
What? What?
I can make an immobile hut. We could hide her in it. It looks like a mausoleum.
I think it's best we get her back to her husband. Can the mausoleum be put on? If it were a cart, we could sneak in.
Do you have a cart?
No, I'm really missing my druid character right now.
My patron's skill set lies in making sure people stay dead and not delivering them to where they need to be physically. So that is not in my skill set. What I can do is be a distraction so that you could run the body inside. I think that's all that I'm useful for.
Well, there's a room under the inn. Maybe we could leave it in the mausoleum and go get. I'm really sad thinking about it. And bring them out here. Here, we have to do it far enough away from the gate that no one will. I think
They
we have.
can't know. They can't know. So yes, I would agree on that.
And then we march into the woods, off the path, like is a good idea of all adventurers.
Yikes.
All right, how far away are we from the gate?
Yes, that's a good place.
It is a decent walk. It's about an hour and a bit back to town.
Sweet. Let me
Hi.
just my tiny mausoleum.
Yep.
It lasts 8 hours, so we'll be fine no matter where
Okay.
we go. Basically.
Here, or should we get closer or not risk it? How secure is this mausoleum?
Well, if I had to, I'm just.
No problem.
Okay. If I had to put it into words, it's I would have to stay with it. You would go and get the family, and so long as I'm here, it's it'll be there, and I can protect it.
Let's see. Okay, I'm going to catch up. I'm going to run back and catch up with the boys. I'm going to ask Craig to fly there as close as he can without getting shot down. So that way they can come faster. I'll check. I'll come back after I talk with the boys. I'll run ahead and. Are you sure you'll be okay, Vanta? And she flexes. Ah! Not Asara doesn't flex, but she's. I'm imagining Vanta with all her ridiculous, inhuman strength, just being like.
Rolling the arms.
Asara's weak as shit.
Absolutely yoked.
Yes, Banter is the strongest.
By quite a bit, as far as I'm aware.
I am quite at peace amongst the dead, so nothing can hurt me here in any way that would matter.
Alright, so how far in off the path shall we go?
That's sequestered somewhere, but not too far that you won't be able to find me again.
Alright.
Should we roll like an investigation check of some sort, John, so that we might be
How
able to
about-
find some bits?
How about survival?
There you go. How good am I at that? Ooh! But I bet
Idiot
Asara's
girl.
better. Asara
Got an 8, so I say, this
Yeah,
looks
go.
great! And point over a hole.
I got an 18 plus 4, 22.
Nice.
But I have a feeling that it's not like a survival in the sense of like, I know how to be in the woods. And more of a survival in the sense, this looks like perfect cemetery ground. So
Absolutely.
you could dig 6 feet down here. Sort of vibe.
Okay. Now, just to quickly say this, because I can say it faster than I can type. Xenicus and Krieg, if you have the money, you're welcome to deal with Dawn, the small white cobalt.
I'm loving this.
I'm really excited.
It's like a little mini game in the side, off on the side here.
Yeah, this is really some, like,
It's fun!
choose
We've
your own
switched to a
adventure.
text-based adventure.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming
we're
by,
playing
Dawn.
Fort Tetris, guys. We'll be back.
Okay, I'm having a great time over there. That's awesome.
So,
Not to say I'm not having a great time in here,
We
but
need to
like,
find the
that's
key to
fun
open the cage
as
to.
well.
We need the key to open the cage to find the stick, so we can put the stick in the hole, so we can open the brick gate. We've got our own text-based adventure going on.
so you find a perfect little kind of little gully kind of off in the trees that looks pretty much invisible from the road and defensible should any creatures come upon you.
This looks perfect and defensible.
Asara, you think maybe the bracelet might be useful for Vanta?
Oh yeah, true. Vanta here, and I'm going to hand her a withered tongue.
There you go. That's
As
a very
you
that's the Vanterist flower you could have.
I have many. Wait.
There we go.
Yes,
Perfect.
good.
You come back and the whole gully is just blooming with these
Yeah.
these
Yeah, I take this
Vanta
one.
roses. Now
I take the tongue and I look at it and I'm like, I dislike this.
yes, for those curious, this is a cuff, leather cuff that goes around the wrist, and if it reverts to its natural tongue form, that means wolves are nearby. Or their kin. But not werewolves, it seems. As our blood hunter, Order of the Lycan, does not set it off.
Mhm.
So,
Bracelet.
sorry, you head out onto the road and start to make your way. Vanta, what do you do in the gully here?
In the gully, it takes a minute to cast. I start to create a. It looks kind of like a fairy circle, but instead of using like stones and natural materials, I use feathers and little bones.
Yes.
Little blue bones. And as I cast, you see the sort of wildlife begins to go very quiet, and the sort of like space in the center of this circle begins to kind of blacken as if in shadow. And then from where the bones were begins to grow just a mausoleum, which looks as though it stood the test of time, even though it's only been there for about 30 seconds. It's very small, only enough for like about, well, it says 9 creatures of medium or smaller size, but I'm gonna say it doesn't have to be big, it could just be kind of small.
Perfect.
Where I could sit in front of the doorway with Danica behind me and just be like, mausoleum.
Excellent. Okay.
Goodbye now. Goodbye.
And as you weave the magics of the Raven Queen, you can hear the ravens restless in the trees around you as there's a cawing. And if memory serves me right, your passive perception is quite high, isn't it?
It is 22.
Yes. You... There you go. I need to update that. I still have it as 16. Why do I still have it as 16? Sorry. As you are sitting there quietly, listening to the chattering of the ravens, enjoying the otherwise quiet solitude,
Yeah.
the ravens go quiet. And you hear a... There's a couple of twigs or branches are softly broken by careful footfalls.
If you're human, you can talk to me, or humanoid at least. I'm quite pleasant company.
Two shadows detach themselves from the trunks of trees down the end of the gully. And two figures that you saw once in a vision, stepping through a shadow crossing from the Shadowfell proper into this little corner of the domains of dread. Two Shadakai step forward. Let me show the stream, because I haven't shown this picture since we were back in the village of Barovia. And they paid a little visit to the priest two Shadokai move quietly down. Zenika's Krieg, remember you've got stuff from Durst Manor as well. You could trade if you don't have coin as such. Sorry, Banta. The mini game is still going in full force on the site. Everyone, let's get back here to this little gully in the woods. The Shadokai approach silently, and the smaller of the two, the one standing in the picture, speaks. At last, you are alone.
I'm never alone.
How so? They look around nervously.
I move aside to show Danica's dead body. The dead are pleasant company.
And closer at hand than they would be otherwise.
Is that so?
Yes.
Why are you here?
To watch. And tie up any loose ends.
Here to watch. That's quite interesting, because I saw you in a vision, actually.
Yes. We serve the same. Your queen is ours.
Yes. You know my mission?
We know of a possibility. If...
I do.
I apologize, please.
No, I was just going to say I view it as more of a certainty, but I understand there are disagreements between denominations.
There's no such thing as certainty unless you are talking of everything's eventual demise. If things go well, our queen bids you take custody of the vampire's soul.
It's what he needs.
Our queen believes you are onto something. There needs to be a reckoning.
A reckoning.
The souls of Barovia need to be free.
Freed.
That's one. He points at Danica, lying at peace in the mausoleum. That one and all like her are trapped up there, around and about. There is no conduit for the deceased to leave this place, just as there is no way for the living.
Okay. Tell me more.
It is as the seer said.
Queen's touch is no longer felt here as it once was. Seek out her icon, her talisman, stored away, forgotten, as the seer told you.
I have to ask. Why are you here? What is your mission? Is it just to pass on this message?
We are here to watch and tie up any loose ends.
What loose ends have you already tied up then? You can tell
One.
me, we still have one and the same.
One that had become so loose that it was entirely unraveled.
Oh,
But it is tied up now.
did you think I was becoming unraveled?
Not yet.
You speak in very certain terms in that regard.
We watch.
I am wound very tight indeed. Do not.
Our queen has many subjects here. Even if she is distant and unable to contact this place. Look to the ravens. They will help.
They've always been there for me. So,
They nod, bow their heads reverently, and step once, twice back, and melt into the forest.
lean my head against the edge of the mausoleum. That was odd, don't you think? Talking back to Danica.
She quietly agrees.
Neat.
Meanwhile, Asara, you hoof it up the road. You see a strange sight. You see Xenicus and Craig not following after you, not even slowly. They're stopped with the two boys, facing the other way. And they're raising their hands as if in farewell. You see a small white-scaled kobolds heft a large pack up onto their back, nods politely, seemingly satisfied with whatever transaction that I didn't read has gone down. I will be going back and checking that later.
We overpaid, so.
That quick is busy RPing the Shadow Kai.
So we got a wand of wish for 3 gold. No, no.
I was like, oh shit. Oh no, okay.
Fine armor.
Okay, so
Who got the deck of many things though? Because that's like the best.
Yeah, but it was just all aces.
Oh shit! They swindled you.
no, come on. we are now in the age of Tasha. The deck of many things is not the only fun deck of
Oh,
cards.
Mm.
There's more ridiculous stuff. No.
Oh, there's a very incredible deck of cards, a deck of Taroko cards, which I will tell you right now is somewhere in this valley. Right now,
Neat.
as we speak.
Can't wait to torment my players with that.
Now,
Oh no.
the trader, as they seem to be, packs up a few things that they were not able to sell to the boys, and you think, oh no, what did they do? You go rushing up. Please.
Making friends?
Doing some business.
Unfortunately, I had no toys. Like, we'll get you something when we get back to Alaki. He's tried to reassure the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was sarcastically talking to me, and I was like, oh, thanks.
I know that he was looking directly at you until that last sentence. Like until he mentioned and then you realize like he was taking the piss out of you, but then like switched it to the kids so that they were like, oh yeah, cool, no problem.
Right, the children are here. They lost a mother. Let's not bicker. Anyway, that's.
Please tell me you did not say
Not-
that out loud.
That's in my head. That's commentary, strictly.
Now, Krieg, Seneca, swear your manners. Dawn is waving goodbye.
Turn back and wait. Bye, Dawn. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna reach over and grab, Krieg's bauble and be like, what does this do?
I don't know.
Didn't you just buy this?
No. Xenakis and I both think I just picked it up at some point. But the lady
definitely gives her a look like
the lady in here is one of the Fane.
The Lady of the
Forest.
Fanes. Yeah.
Yeah, Lady of the Fanes.
Yeah, I think I'm not quite sure of the terminology myself. I think Fane means like area, so it's the forest Fane, the swamp Fane, and the mountain Fane. It's like the areas, and then the Lady of the Fane.
What? There's a lady in there.
Yeah, you don't,
Venicus is hearing that too.
you don't see this?
By the way, just on the side here, you see Dawn, the Cobalt Trader, pull out a gem and try to portal their way away from this transaction of theirs. But which of us breaks it to them?
Barovia! You're stuck here, friend.
Dawn, you're in Barovia. Teleportation magic does not work. But she did say to the they did say to the closest town, so they find themselves in the village of Barovia.
Neat. Neat.
That was wild.
Maybe you'll meet again, as they're stuck here now.
Yeah.
Ported into the wrong game there. Sorry, Dawn. There's a reason there's no Dawn in this place.
One day soon, the Dawn will come.
They're just like, oh. Do join us next week. Every party needs a kobold. Sorry.
Can I see the lady, or is this only?
Not yet. Yeah, if you and Zenekas also look in, you can see it.
Is that like an image? That's really cool magic.
You put a lady in there.
I didn't put. Listen,
Probably just illusion magic. It's not
I
even a lady.
Yes, Syrinscape, thank you.
I did not put anyone anywhere. I found this.
You just pick things up off the ground.
Yeah.
That could have been
Yeah.
anything.
Krieg is like absolutely flabbergasted at the assertion that picking things up off the ground is not normal. And he just kind of gestures to his general birdness and is like,
True fact. Just to out Colby, this is something he does in real life. Where if he finds tiny dirty figure or little gotcha or not so dirty towel on the ground, he picks up and he goes, "This is mine. Come home with me."
well, it's not just disgusting things.
Not just.
I happen to think that I am quite good at finding things.
You're a Hufflepuff.
Yo!
Hey, North Shore, thanks for the cheer.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. I loved this North Shore DM, everyone. If you want to go and check them out, they are playing the Ghosts of Saltmarsh
Ooh,
on the Ocean Wave.
I want to play that game.
If you run into a ship called the Burning Valentine, watch out for the skipper schooner. She's a rough one.
Ah,
I heard they have a really good band who play there.
Oh yeah.
Ask for Lincoln.
they've got a bird too. I hear.
So, apparently. So
Um,
you are going to do what? Are you going to head back to Vanta now?
I'm going to tell Craig, like, well, I'm gonna actually be like, Craig, can I talk to you about your lady in the bubble over here? And like go to pull him away from the boys,
Yeah, sure.
the little boys. Craig, Vanta is with Danica. She made a mausoleum, and
That was
yeah, she, it's her thing. So we didn't want to bring a dead body into the gate, and we're afraid of questions, and I need you to fly there and as close as you can get and grab Danica's husband so he can come down the road and meet us.
Krieg's, like, his shoulders will sink, and like he'll just say that I feel like that's only appropriate.
I'll go with Zinnikis so that way there's more than one person with the boys,
Sure.
and when he meets us on the road, I'll take him to the mausoleum.
It's for the best. Yeah, yes. Of course. And Craig, like, realizing that he's still holding this, like, bundle of arrows, will kind of tuck them into the quiver that he carries and just give, like, a heavy sigh and, like, fly up
Okay.
and into like towards the
Sorry, you cut out the end towards.
gate.
Okay, so you're going as the Aarakocra flies to Valaki gates.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. It's pretty fast that way, as you just go straight over. You just cut out that huge kind of oxbow bend round on the side of the hill there. And you just fly up and over and come down a safe distance away from the walls and the gates, I assume.
Yes.
And as you head up to the gates, and they're closed with the pikemen guards behind, they like, where are the rest of your friends?
They're right behind me. They shouldn't be long. They're
Right.
Finishing up a hunt.
We will let them in. I hope they are back before nightfall. It is very treacherous.
We'll be sure of that.
Come in. And they clank and rustle. They get the chains out and open the gate for you to get inside. Where do you head?
Straight
water?
water in. Yeah.
Okay. So, you quickly head on over. Sorry, I should get out of the woods here. No, stop. Ominous music.
Out of the woods.
Actually, use mine here.
I don't remember.
So yeah, you make your way through the town's streets, which are fairly bustling, and everyone's moving about. There we go. Slight change of mood here, and the people of Vallaki are moving past, forced smiles as usual, back to life as normal, dreading whatever the next festival's going to be that the Baron dreams up. And you quickly make your way through, past, let's see, coming from this direction, you go past the Arasek stockyard, where Rictavio's wagon had been, and curve round, avoiding the square, and go around just along the main road, and that gets you straight to the Blue Water. And just head straight inside.
Yeah.
You see, as you arrive, you see on the door it says that it's closed. There's like a sign, just painted sign.
Krieg will kind of not realizing how fast he's moving, kind of skid to a halt at the door, and see the sign and just say, "Oh, thank God." And just kind of steel himself and try to enter calmly.
Yeah. Okay. So, you head inside, and you see Erwin, Martikov, Danika's husband, and the older son, Brom, busying themselves, just kind of cleaning stuff and moving things around, and just trying to be busy and not think too much about what's happening.
Sure. So Krieg will approach Erwin, and
he looks up, and his eyes light up hopefully, and then kind of scowls confusedly as you're by yourself.
Hey,
He looks a bit worried.
Erwin,
Yes, what is it?
you have a moment? I'd like to speak, just the two of us. The others are coming, but I have something a little more serious I want to discuss.
Right. Brom, go and feed the horses. Okay, father. And Brom, patters off out the back through the kitchen off towards the stables. What happened? Where are the others? Why are you alone?
Things didn't quite go as expected, and I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I don't think you're, I think you're owed more than that. First, the windmill is gone. We burned it to the ground.
No, good.
And your son is safe, as well as the other child that was with him.
Oh, thank the gods.
Unfortunately, we didn't all make it out of the windmill.
Oh no! What happened? Who? Is it Katarina?
She was one.
More than one?
Yes.
Spit it out! Come on, you're choking on your own feathers. What?
The mother of the crones intercepted us, and there were other creatures in the windmill, and she took Danica, Erwin.
Took her?
And
where? We have to rescue her. We have to get her back.
Not like that. There was something of a hostage situation, and well, she's gone, Erwin. And I'm really not sure what else to say. Her priority the entire time was your son.
She's...
Yes. And
gone?
yeah. She... I don't think any of us would have made it out.
The boys. Me. We need her.
She's with the others, outside the gates. They sent me in here to get you. And I'm not sure what can be done from here.
Just overturns the table and just kicks a chair across the room. There were 6 of you. 2 to 1. How did this happen? How could you let them? How could you let her? Danica, you fool! What am I to do?
Your boys need you. And I think if things had gone differently, we were on their turf.
But you said
They're,
just destroyed. They are destroyed.
the windmill is destroyed.
And them? What of them? How is it the rest of you escaped?
They vanished. Heavily damaged, but vanished nonetheless. However, I think I know how to give the land back. To take it back from the devil. He stole that area and tainted it and created those crones. He's fueling them. And if we take the land away from them,
It's
I
like,
have to do something.
it's like everything in this place. It all goes back to him. Strahd. Yes, I'll say his name in my own bar. I don't care. Fucking Strahd. Take our lives. Take our families. Maybe the Baron has the right of it. Maybe this is the only safe place. Here, in the walls. That's what happens when you try and go outside. You try and take things into your own hands. You try and make things better.
Nika. You know, you're right. She's gone. But Brom and Bray are still here. And we have family. Too long have I let my father and the others be silent at the Wizard of Wines. Once Bray gets back, I'll take them. We shall see what my family are up to. At the very least, they need to hear about Danica. And both as family and as the head of the Keepers of the Feather. I have to tell Katarina's brother. We will be leaving Vlaki. For now. If you have need of us, look for us at the Wizard of Wines.
That's good to know, Owen. The boys don't know. We wouldn't let them see their mother like that.
Thank you. Best I tell them. Feels like a bad dream.
Huh.
When do I wake up, Greg? When do we all wake up?
That's a good question. Given everything that's happened, I don't know how comfortable you are leaving Brom here on his own. I can stay here with him if you like, or we can all go. That's your call.
Bring her back. I will stay here with Brom. And I will tell the guards that she was killed out in the woods. They will let you through.
Thank you, Owen. And we're
Go.
here.
Go!
And Craig will just stand up and walk out as calmly as possible.
Okay. Get a very jarring sensation as crossing the threshold of the Blue Water Inn, leaving behind that palpable sorrow in the room. You step out into Vlaki. Just another day. Everyone just going about their business. And you quickly make your way through the town, back to the east gate, passing out again, telling the guards that you're off to meet up with the others. And a safe distance away, beat your wings. Despite the circumstances, enjoying the ability to fly once more, and quickly swoop up over the hill, the wooded hillside, and drop down on the southern side, back down on the road, spying your friends, waiting near the mausoleum out on the roadside. Asara, were you waiting up by the road? And Xenicus, what were you doing with the boys?
The plan was to take them back. So
Okay,
Yeah,
so both of you are going back?
we were gonna walk with the boys, and then
Okay.
I thought, Sarah thought that Erwin would want to come, like, get her, or that we would meet him. So she was thinking he was gonna meet us. So I'm with Xenicus right now.
Okay.
But I'm sure Krieg can see
I'd
that.
probably see them on the path.
Yeah. So Krieg, you see them, the four of them walking, and you come swooping down, and the boys are like, oh, whooping, and like, just thrilled to see you come swooping in. And you do that kind of like parachute run as you hit the ground, fold your wings behind you, and come up to the group. And Asara tells you where to go to find Vanta. And you immediately take a few running steps and whoosh back up over, and then down to the south side of the opposite side there, where the mausoleum's tucked away. Vanta. Yes, you hear a whoosh of wings, larger than any raven you've heard, and the familiar sight of Krieg making his way, ducking under the branches through the trees, comes into the little gully.
Finally getting a bit of a stretch, I see.
Yeah, it's something. Some solace. Erwin's been made aware. He's set to inform the guards of what happened, so we shouldn't have too many questions passing through the gate. The others are on their way here as well. I think they might be under the impression that Erwin's meeting us, but he's definitely not. He's staying at the inn with Brom.
I can only leave once there is a plan. Once I move from this place, the mausoleum moves with me, and it will dissipate.
Fair enough. We don't have to move yet. I don't think there's any rush.
Okay.
We'll wait for the others.
So,
Well, did we see?
Mhm.
Did we see you, or because we're gonna keep going if we didn't see?
yeah, you saw Krieg, and you told him where to go, and he told you to carry on going. So you've headed back. You've headed back to the gates now, and so the four of you arrive back, and the guards let you in, and you deliver
them after us, not together, because then the kids would see.
Yeah, the four of you, as in you two and the kids.
Oh, with the kids. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I understand.
Sorry, yeah. So yeah, Asara, Xenicus, and the two boys arrive back at the gates, whilst Vanta and Krieg are coming behind with Danica's body, and you make your way through the town. And
Vanta's she probably has like a shroud that she carries. Just put it over her and is carrying her like in her arms because she's beefy.
Yeah. And you take the boys back to the Blue Water Inn, where Erwin set jaw, just like, clenched mouth, just like nods, and tells Bray to go off and find his brother, and takes Bray's friend back to his house, and then goes to wait by the east gate. And Vanta and Krieg, when you arrive, it's not the Vallaki that you left, Krieg. As when Orwin told the guards, word spread. And the Blue Water Inn was the life and soul of Vallaki, where people were not forcing a smile. They actually were able to genuinely enjoy themselves there. And as the two of you arrive, the guards nod without a word and already have the gates opening as you approach. You see a great number of the townspeople. At the forefront of which you see Erwin, resolute, resigned to dealing with what he knows is coming. And you process. Erwin graciously taking Krieg's place to relieve the burden. Vanta's fine. As you-
Pallbearers living up to their name. Then.
I'll give the music a skip this time. And you make your way through the streets, past silent villagers looking on, some openly weeping, others nodding in support to Erwin. And you make your way to the church. And waiting at the gates into the graveyard of the church, you see the priest, flanked by Irina and Vasily. And Vanta, the priest says to you, as it is with life, there is a dawn. And he gestures to the church behind him, which is to Lathander, the Morning Lord. And there is a twilight. And he gestures to you. Let us bring both times of the day at this Danica's twilight. Will you join me in the ceremony? Muted. Sorry, let's do.
No?
Very quiet.
Why isn't that one?
We can hear you, but it's quiet. Yeah.
Very, very quiet.
Searching. There you
That'll do.
go.
This should work.
And
But now, hi.
whoa, hello.
Hello?
Yes, that's
Hi.
good.
Okay. Oh gosh. I look at Erwin. Oh my god, what is happening?
Yes.
How does Erwin react to all this? Gosh.
He's kind of, like firm jawed, like teeth gritted.
If this is like what Danica would have wanted, Vanta will begrudgingly let this random non-believer preside over the... Yeah, sure. She nods.
And the priest nods back. What is his name? Father Lucian Petrovich. And
I played a character called Lucian once.
Hey.
Hey.
And he and Erwin take Danica from you. And at evenfall then. And you step back to your friends who are waiting back on the street. And the four of you are together. And the crowd is slowly dispersing, consoling each other, talking, wondering what's going to happen next, what's going to happen with the Blue Water Inn.
Would anybody fancy a drink?
That would be more appropriate. But where?
Hiding something in those robes?
Who, me? No, only holy water, purifying oils, and absinthe that I use for religious purposes.
It's like a night.
I know
Correct.
exactly what you're asking for. She breaks out the holy water.
Craig at Xenicus's comment will like catch himself in like
A
an
guffaw.
yeah, and just kind of cut it off hard as though it were undeserved.
Oh no!
Get loud, scary music.
No! Nonsense!
Escapes, I'm terrified.
Everyone, off the street, back to your homes.
Oh,
You, get out of the way. Yes, I see them, Sergeant. I see them.
And you turn, and you see Isaac Strasny gesturing at some of the people dispersing with his monstrous arm and hand. And behind him, a large group of Velaki guards.
You there. Do not make this difficult. And there'll be no trouble. No further trouble. Come with us.
And they fall in behind you and around you and start moving. And the ones behind you gently push you forwards and start marching you towards the Baron's house.
no, thank you. No, no.
I can't say I didn't see this coming.
Mm.
As you are shunted along, herded through the streets, the quiet, subdued crowd now looking curious and surprised at this sudden flurry of activity, and like gossiping to each other and like pointing and like looking over at you. You come to the Baron's house, and you see him up in that same window that he was looking down on you as you were riding Rictavio's wagon last time you left the village. But this time the windows are open. And he's like, "Ah ha! Well done, Isaac. You've got them. Now, what do you have to say for yourselves?"
We're mourning a dear friend.
Oh, you've brought more danger, more sorrow on Vallaki. We are onto you. We know that it was you in league with Rictavio, that freak show owner, coming in here from the outside, bringing your unhappiness, bringing your trouble. We know it was him who unleashed his beast on our festival, our beautiful festival. And we now know why you are so keen to escort your friend, your accomplice, out of the town to safety. You should have gone with him and not come back. Well, you are very welcome to join him now. I decree, for crimes of malicious, heinous unhappiness, and the disruption of one of our sacred festivals, endangering the whole town from the devil himself. From now, you are immediately to be expelled. It is only because of your services in bringing Irina Kolyanovich from the village of Barovia that we are not stripping you of your weapons as we would usually in these circumstances, to leave you in the forest, defenseless, to be punished. Punished! Isaac told me what you did.
And Isaac's got his back to the Baron, like looking at you, kind of like ostensibly like guarding the front of the manor. And he like raises his eyebrows. He's like, it's like, this is the best I could do.
He has convinced us of what little grace that got you. So you may keep your weapons and other instruments of traitorous dissent and get out! Out of Vallaki! Stop bringing this unhappiness, this danger, this disruption to our town. You will be gone, and all will be well.
And he looks about to the various people gathered.
All will be well. They will be gone. Vallaki will be safe once more. Ezek, get them out of our city, out of our safe sanctuary. Get out! Out!
And he's just like,
No one is
spitting.
safe here.
And Isaac's like,
Please, let's go. Come on.
Lucas just whispers to Craig, I regret not buying one of those firebomb things that the bomb mentioned.
Dawn, come back. Come back, Dawn.
Is there a chance for us to say anything, or is this like?
I mean, the guards
Rattled
are like starting to shove you. Isaac pretending to be rough and ready, but actually being gentle.
Okay.
You can always shout something over your
You can
shoulder.
always shout something.
I would like to say, sadness is not something to be shied away from. It is constant. It is here. It's apparent that there is no happiness. It took one death to show that. Your hold is tenuous, Baron. And it will not last.
See, everyone, they do not even try to hide it. Harbingers of unhappiness. Get out!
He's just leaning over the windowsill.
Did you not know that Danica wanted us to stay? I have to perform her burial rites.
He just says something. He's just like,
Who?
Oh.
The pillar
I
of
just
your
imagine the
community,
crowd
you
just-
don't even know who they are.
The crowd just going, like suddenly.
and
If you really cared about the people's happiness, you would know about the place they were the happiest. That's all I have to say.
And Isaac is just like,
Descent!
He's like, Vanta,
Descent.
Vanta, please. We have to go. They will test you out without any defenses. You'll be eaten alive. Please.
and they're pushing you, and the guards are hurting you. And
Xerxes is like being pushed and waving incredibly happily at them.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, Craig is like
As-
back to the gate, like getting pushed, like waving emphatically. Thank you, everyone.
Can I have been using thaumaturgy to make my voice booming more softly?
of course, absolutely, yeah. And
Lord.
Can I try and incite a riot? Is that possible? Is it?
not right here, so not right now. But hold on to that thought.
Or Yorick. One day.
Oh, don't worry, we'll be back for that. Man.
Oh yeah!
Oh, wait.
I want
Place
it.
marker in that. Now, you are pushed through, and you see Irina coming from the church with Vasily. And she goes to move towards you, and he just puts a hand on her shoulder. And she looks, and she's like, she doesn't know what to do. And the Baron's just still spitting, just vitriol behind you, and he's like,
Ah! My accountant! Just thanks to him! The truth came out! Get out!
and you are pushed. And as you leave town,
Vasily.
one other thing does catch your eye. An elderly, very nobly poised, carrying herself very regally, very obviously, like from a noble house. A figure that you saw at the festival as well, up on a balcony overlooking the scene in the courtyard, in the town square, and you see this woman looking at you appraisingly as you are pushed through the streets, and kind of nods to herself and just summons the people that are with her, other fairly well-to-do looking people, and they all move off to the north. And you...
Doesn't look like the Baron's wife.
No, different person.
Okay, just checking.
And you are unceremoniously dumped out of the west gates, where you went with Rictavio.
Leviosa.
A pleasure.
We'll be here all week. No, wait, we won't.
And you find yourselves outside the walls as the day is stretching on.
Where is my tiny hut when you need it?
You need somewhere to rest. Now, you know, to the west of here, only about an hour away,
The-
there is a tower.
Oh.
that you're invited to by Rictavio, should you need.
Also the
Guess
friend
we
that
are
came
best
who's-
friends now.
Plus, there's the group whose daughter we saved. The
And the Vistani. Yep.
yeah.
So, what would you like to do?
I think we should hit this tower.
I mean, we
Spend
should.
the night at the Vistani and hit the tower.
The tower's only an hour away. If Rictavio's there, we're Gucci.
Here's the
How
tower on the way to
Big.
This might be a bit of a flashback considering the time we've had recently, but is the tower on the way to my book? At all?
Opposite direction.
No.
Well, no. The routes, and you talked about this with Rictavio and stuff. The route to where the book is goes to a crossroads, and then the tower is just north of the crossroads. And then if you go south for quite a way, you wouldn't get there before nightfall. You would get to where the book is supposed to be. So, I mean, a very short detour and then be there for the morning. Yes.
We need to
Grrr.
night, Vanta.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Let's go then.
Yes, and maybe we should. You can still perform some sort of rites even if we're not here with Danica. It's good to honor those who fell in battle.
I'll do whatever I can. She was good to us, after all. Useful.
Kind. Then.
Good.
Kind.
Okay. So, to the tower?
The tower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solemnly.
Yes.
Solemnly.
Just while I get the lighting and things sorted there, is there anything you want to say amongst yourselves?
Yeah. Heck yes.
Perchance.
Sorry, I feel so strongly about this.
Good.
What do you think Vasily said?
But us.
Hmm.
You mean the clear agent of that one? And he kind of just looks up towards where the castle is.
The one who
He's
must
been-
not be named.
Listen, we're out of the wall of that shit house.
Very much so.
But we should keep. We don't want to be maliciously unhappy, do we?
I'm gonna really hard, like, elbows in a kiss. You're always maliciously unhappy.
Yes,
Or-
I have.
Maliciously happy?
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
quite right.
Maliciously happy.
Now, come to think of it, how difficult is it to be maliciously unhappy? You really have to hate yourself.
I mean, it's
Or
clear
you really
that
have
the
to
Baron
love
does.
something that hates things.
I will be spitefully happy.
It's the best way to be.
I'm very happy with the choices I've made in my life, and yet somehow I was considered a spreader of discontent.
Really? No.
Who dare?
I mean,
I
but
see what you're doing.
tell us all about it because I just can't believe such a thing. He just gives her the biggest grin.
But I would have liked to stay to give those rights to Danica.
I'm worried for Arena.
I'm
Obviously,
worried.
there's a plan here.
At least Izek is there to protect her. I think if there's anything he would do to protect anyone, it would be for her.
And you
And
remember
if she dies, I'll make sure she stays dead.
Thank you.
Good.
Like that was like a. Not. I'm just gonna do what I think Vanta would make Vanta happy.
I really do not want to deal with a revived evil, like dark side version of
Yeah, right.
Yeah, not at all.
later
Now-
down the road.
You also
That power
remember
is- oh.
that. So yes, go for it.
Oh, no. I'll say what I have to say afterwards.
Okay, I was just going to say, you also remember that she was planning to take refuge at the church, on the hallowed ground there.
Yeah.
With Father Lucien.
Yep.
Sorry, Vanta, please.
No, that's okay. Vanta would probably have made a face at the kind of just like the thought of anything revived, and she just says, It is within my power, you know. I can feel it. The power to reach out.
Just-
Fingers.
Thank you to Syrinscape for, like, as Vanta starts saying this, all these ravens just start
Right,
cawing, just like.
The power to reach out and pull somebody back from their journey.
As amazing as that
But it's
power
repulsive.
sounds,
No, Vantus then says, but it is repulsive. And I will never, ever bring any of you back. If you die, you are gone, and I will ensure that you stay very, very dead. And anyone who comes across my path, I promise you that.
Thank you.
Everyone, make sure you have a healer in your party.
And make sure the healer is quite clear with their definitions of you're not getting revived.
So you better
I
hope they
suddenly
heal you a
want-
lot.
I suddenly want less friends.
that seems natural. I
Yes.
appreciate that.
No, yeah. I mean, I didn't know that it was really a thing in the first place. So thank you for giving me hope and then stripping it away. It was very appreciated.
Now,
You are not meant for immortality, none of you. I can tell that just from meeting you.
So far, I'm doing well. I haven't died
That's
yet.
good. Yes. And one day you will.
you are having this conversation and trudging through. As you pass a familiar ivy-covered cottage,
Right.
the crone within comes scuttling out. Oh dear! Whatever happened to all of you? Where are you going at this time? It's going to get dark. Watch out, there's all kinds of beasties.
This disgraced, maliciously happy group of sad travelers is going to a tower. How are you, ma'am?
A tower. Oh, there is a tower out on Lake Baratok.
I think that's the one.
That would be the one.
Do you know much about it?
No,
Fair enough.
it's very old. Like me. Now,
Which is older?
No, you couldn't be celebrating more than your 40th name day.
liar. Hey, have you drunk that potion? Do you need another?
She says to you, Asara. Do you remember she gave you that
Well, like,
potion
the
last
rest
time?
of us who were not there when she passed it were like,
That I was like, a month ago. Quick, think. Was it?
No, you haven't. You haven't yet.
Right. No.
Okay,
happened.
well, you've had your present anyway. You, Arakokra, come here.
Oh, sure. What have I
she
got
wants
to
a
lose?
kiss.
Yes.
This is for you.
Oh.
And she passes you something that I can't remember. Sorry.
Try to look over his shoulder to see, like, what did he get?
Bear with me. Sorry. I can't remember what it was.
Treasure time. Hey guys.
My
My name's Vanta Blackstar, and I'm here to present to you the Mystery Treasure Corner. Tonight we have Krieg receiving a mystery package. How do you feel, Krieg?
Spin that wheel!
I feel lucky as ever.
He feels lucky as ever.
Now, come on, tell everyone, what did you buy from that kobold?
Oh,
We
yeah.
bought a ring of cold resistance,
Okay.
and 20 arrows of barbed arrows,
Barbed
Uh-huh,
arrows. Yeah,
and that was all we could afford.
that's it.
Okay.
Neat. That was
we had to-
wonderful. That was really nice.
That was awesome.
That was adorable.
Trader Tans, if you're still
Really
around. Yeah, Dawn. If Dawn is
Yeah.
still kicking around, thank you so much.
It felt so wholesome.
Yeah.
Also, now Dawn is stuck here.
Yes.
So
Yes. We'll see you.
Willed
There is
herself
that.
into
I'm
existence.
really looking forward to the amount of puns that we can use with Dawn's name when we're talking to getting around town. They're talking. It's always night here. Don't worry, the dawn will come.
The dawn is coming.
Yes. Dawn is coming. It's 7 p.m. No.
Yay!
Dawn is
straight in there.
coming.
Somewhere, just beyond that next rise in the road, dawn awaits.
Now,
The
Craig,
Lord of the
real
Rings
question
soundtrack
is-
plays in the background.
Oh, perfect.
God damn it, where are you?
The real question is, would
Sorry.
you rather have mystery surprise or this street trash?
Well, we know which one Craig is choosing.
Street trash. Street trash.
Now you've presented me quite a quandary.
Is this another one of Xenicus' nicknames?
Street
And
trash.
I'm
Street trash.
ashamed. I am ashamed that I did
don't.
not think of that.
Buy that.
Now,
Sorry.
Sarah, I do have one question.
If you
Hmm.
look much closer.
Is the street trash edible?
I look at
Can you
Zinnicus
make
and
friends with the
go,
street trash?
He bites his hand a little bit and goes, "No."
It's no pie,
Okay.
but
It's no pie butts. Dot dot dot.
We'll
Now,
never know.
I had nothing. It's perfect. Keep going, John.
Craig. Good. Craig, she comes kind of scuttling over to you and she's like, "Here you are. Take this." And she presses into your hand a wooden coin. It looks positively ancient, but it's like that kind of it's hardened by age. It's like this, it's like tough looking piece of wood, and it has some indistinct design carved on it, which is very impossible to make out. But she's like, "If you need me, cast this onto the ground and say the magic words, and I shall come. But don't do it inside. Okay?"
Okay, don't do it inside. Cast it on the ground. Magic words. Are the magic words, please?
You'll find out.
Ah.
And she's like, "Now don't get eaten." And she scuttles
will
back into
do
her
our
house. And you head off, making your way through the trees into the Svalich woods once more. And after a short time, about half an hour or so, you come to a crossroads as you pass over a bridge across the river leading out of Lake Zarovich there. And upon reaching this crossroads, I have something to read to you. The road comes to a cross intersection with branches to the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. The lower half of a snapped wooden signpost thrusts upward at an angle near the eastern elbow of the intersection. And the top half of the sign, featuring arms pointing in 4 directions, lies off in the weeds nearby.
Let's go over and try to kind of pick it up.
Mhm.
Looking for the one that says Valaki so they can put that direction correct so they
Absolutely.
can work out where the rest
Yep.
go.
Yeah, it's very easy. Yeah. You just you find out which way that is, and you slot that in where it's supposed to be, and you see that indeed that's the road that goes off to the northeast back towards Valaki, and then off towards the southwest points to Valaki, and in the other direction, Kresk, the other town that you've heard mentioned. And then the subtext kind of under where it says Kresk, it also says Solenka Pass off to the southwest there. And with Valaki, it also says Ravenloft as well, Strahd's castle. To the southeast, Vanta, you see it says Berez.
She
And
instantly just takes a step.
to the northwest, it says Lake Baratok.
I'm going to write on the sign. I'm going to vandalize it and write unhappiest place on earth. That's all I
Zedekis adds a smiley face.
Spectacular. Okay.
Well, she said that the tower was next to the lake, so northwest
So
for the night.
yeah, you start heading that way, okay? And you take this northwest branch from the crossroads, and it climbs gently up through the trees, and
Vanta is
becomes,
begrudging.
within half a mile, it becomes just a dirt trail through the woods. And as it curls round, back through the trees, down once more to the southwest, there is a branch off to the right. And you see a break in the trees. And beyond that break, a rough, natural causeway out to an island in a dark lake. The waters undisturbed by any wind in the fast approaching evening. Let me show you what you see. This.
Have a look. Oh,
Zoom is
You
very
see,
weird for me.
with a slight lean on, reminding you somewhat uncomfortably of the bone grinder, an old, dilapidated tower with scaffolding around sections of it, but with lights burning within. And I do have to adjust this image a little, because there is not one, but two wagons parked in front of the building. As you can see in our picture here, there is a barrel-topped Vistani wagon that you have not seen before, but without any horses or anything tethered nearby. And then next to it, in front of the door, so kind of blocking the door from sight as we would be seeing it here, there is Rictavio's wagon, with his horse tethered nearby, just nibbling away at the grasses that are growing.
He has visitors.
Vanta looks a little bit uncomfortable.
Weirdly, I wouldn't expect him to keep company for some reason. At least not out here.
Maybe
I don't know. He seems like a host. I'm sure if he doesn't have an audience, he withers.
Good point.
Do you make your way across the causeway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
Might as
hear
well.
the voice that we can hear? Or is that just part of the music?
Don't hear a voice.
Might
I
get
don't
out.
either. Michael!
Yeah.
Spooky,
Sorry.
spooky.
It's just music and crows
I
and
think
ravens.
I
Sorry.
think it's like at the very subtly in the music. It's like a.
Oh, it's like yeah, there's like a wah wah
Yeah.
wah wah. Yeah, there is. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. But it's
No,
not.
Thank
you
you,
got a
thank you.
ghost.
Something like that.
So, you cautiously. How are we proceeding here across the causeway?
I mean,
No, I'm just gonna walk up.
yeah.
La,
I don't
la,
think there's
la.
any caution. Yeah, at all. Like, I think
Okay.
it's been a bit of a day, and we're just like
Foolhardy.
done with that.
Twig's inclined to fly right up to the window.
Victavio is definitely the kind of person where if he keeps company, he has alcohol, and we need stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So you start walking across the causeway, and you approach the wagons. And as you're about halfway across the causeway, you hear behind Rictavio's wagon the sound of the door. Let me just see if it's in the sound set. Do we have a door?
How creaky is this door?
Here we go. Oh, it's an ominous one. It comes with music as well. Here it comes. You ready? So yeah, you step across, and behind the wagon, you hear the door creak open. And you see movement below the wagon, between the wheels, in the space, open space beneath. Booted feet moving. And then out from behind the back of the wagon. My friends! You found your way here! Ah, I'm so glad you made it safe and sound. Come, come!
Guess?
And it's Rictavio.
Yeah, so like he's pointing towards the other caravan. You have
He's
guessed.
And he's like, oh, yes, of course. Where are my manners? Piccolo! Piccolo! And out from inside his wagon, Piccolo, still with his little ballerina tutu on, comes leaping forth, his little monkey friend. And he's like, our friends want to meet our guest, Piccolo. Bring her down, bring her down. And the monkey just like scampers up the scaffolding and goes up. And there's a tiny little gap in the wall. And you can see there are other Brits where it's broken and there's kind of gaps into the room inside, but they're very severely boarded up. Like, it's very securely fastened. But this one is too small for anything to get through except Piccolo. So Piccolo just kind of like disappears inside. And he's like, and Rictavio, and you see like round, there is a campfire outside where you can eat, where they can have, light a fire outside. And he's already starting things going, and he's like, come, sit down. Let us regale each other with tales of our day.
How much do you want to bet that the guest is a gorilla?
It's a dragon for sure.
I wish I had one for my show. I do not, I'm afraid. Please, my friends, come on, sit down, sit down. Let us talk.
Says, oh, I'm going to go and nap instead.
Well, come warm
And
yourself by
just
the
go-
fire first.
Mm-hmm.
You have ale?
Yes, you need to eat.
You could probably tempt her.
I drink.
been a day.
Take the weight
Vanta
off them.
has never drunk in. Vanta's only ever drunk that one time, and it went
Very badly.
mixed, mixed bad.
You could never tempt her. She's going to nap.
Also, Emma needs to.
Just
I have work
two
in
two
less than
seconds.
8
2
hours,
seconds.
so- Okay.
Please,
okay.
please. We're finishing right now.
Sure.
So, yeah, Piccolo disappears inside, and he gestures for you. He's like, "Come on, my friends, please, sit down." And you hear the sound of chains moving inside, and like a creaking of some kind of mechanism. And it sounds like it's this kind of movement descending down through the tower. And the door opens. And you see a tall figure come striding out. A long, kind of red coat. One sturdy-looking boot. The other leg, a prosthetic. Very beautifully designed. And completely fine with it, just walking on it, no problem at all. Tumbled red hair spilling out of a headscarf over her shoulders. Sorry. Bear with me. As a figure emerges from the tower with Piccolo scampering in front of her. And they come striding over to the firelight that Rictavio is slowly building up. And... Can I drag this out so long? Xenicus. You recognize this figure. As they come striding forward. You've seen them before. Although they did not know you were seeing them. And as they come striding towards you, there is a waft. And with that, your lichen nostrils pick up a scent. A scent that you carry with you on the shawl that's attached to your pack. Sorry.
Dribbling out.
I'm trying. As a figure that you last saw talking with your senpai in the woods shortly after your incidents. So this is going to be all over the place, as I had to kind of guess where the cameras were. Bear with us a moment, everyone. And you see Xenicus, Esmeralda emerge from the tower. And everyone excuse the janky windows. I wanted to surprise my players, which means I did not get to prepare.
Dress the occasion.
That's close enough. I'll fix it later. So, this figure comes striding forth from the tower.
She stretches a little bit and she's looking at her nails and she says, "Really, Octavio, you could at least have come to get me yourself instead of sending your monkey. However,
I am most sorry, dear Lady Esmeralda. I was busy making the fire for our guests."
So I see. Now, who are these people exactly?
Oh, excuse my manners. Please, would you all introduce yourselves? I shall stoke the flames here.
Asara.
Craig.
Craig?
Hunter.
Fanta.
Xenicus.
You have...
Xenicus, yes, Xenicus. And you are? Again, sorry.
Oh, you haven't heard of me? Well, I'm sure that will change soon. I'm, of course, Esmeralda. Esmeralda Davenier. And you're very lucky to have met me.
Pleasure.
Like wasn't
Xenicus seems confused. I, however, have one very pointed question. What leads you to believe we would have heard of you before this point?
Oh, well, she gestures towards the wagon, and you see that it's underneath the mud. It's kind of purple and gold, and quite glamorous as far as the standing wagons go. And she says, "Well, I'm actually quite good at what I do, and it seems like we might have common interests. However, since it seems that we haven't gotten to that point yet, I'm sure we'll all come in time."
Showman, Rictavio. And I turn back and smile at him.
One after my own heart. And, dear viewers, with that very brief introduction of Esmeralda joining us here, the lovely Marin, thank you. Thank you for lurking for so long. Although you got your own back by making me draw out that introduction as long as possible until you jumped in the call. It's okay. Sorry, I didn't say it properly. And yes, for a short while at least, Marin here will be joining us. Marin plays in our offline Eberron game. Those of you who watched our Christmas one-shots will recognize her as the little pickle. Esmeralda is a great deal taller and a great deal more dangerous. And I promise, next week, these windows will be fixed. I'm pretty good, considering I completely guessed where they were. That'll do.
You did try.
Yes, if you'll just hang in the call after we finish, just for 2 seconds while I quickly fix it, and it'll be in the right place for next time. And yes, we shall be back first and foremost on Tuesday with Rime of the Frost Maiden. But, oh no, excuse me, what day of the week is it? Before that, tomorrow, excuse me, tomorrow we shall be getting hot under the collar like a DM who forgets his own schedule. And we will be playing Descent into Avernus tomorrow night with Krieg, Vanta, and Asara here as other roles. Then, on Tuesday, we will be playing Rime of the Frost Maiden. Before next Thursday, we shall meet Esmeralda properly and continue our adventures through the mists in Barovia. A huge thank you for everyone who came by for the follows and the bits and everything. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and I can't wait to carry on next time. So, as we like to say around these parts, oyasumi nasai.
Yasumi.